Hey there, friends. So today in our Content That Converts series, I'm going to chat to you about the one step that I feel like so many people forget when it comes to creating their content. And if you forget this or don't do it the right way, it's going to kill your content and your conversion and the overall flow of everything you're trying to achieve with your content marketing. So get prepared to take notes. I may or may not be bashing a Disney movie in this with love. But we're going to dive on into it because I want your content to work better for you, work harder, so that you maybe can take some time off. All right, we're going to get into it. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing. Do you want to grow your business with sustainable traffic sources? Have you heard about the power of search engine optimization and you want to take advantage of it to get more traffic, more eyeballs on your business? But when it comes down to it, does SEO feel complicated and hard to implement? Are you tired of wondering what in the heck to do with your website to get more traffic and more leads knocking on your door? What if I could tell you that there was a simple, proven system for using SEO, blogging, and copywriting to get leads from your website, and not just any leads, high converting leads. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, wife, mama, copywriter, SEO strategist, and barrel racer. And for the last 8 years, I've been figuring out what works and what doesn't work in the world of online marketing to get organic traffic. And now I'm here to share all the things I'm learning in the trenches of SEO, copywriting, and content marketing. How does 300%, 500%, or even 12,000% more traffic in a year sound? What could your business do with that kind of traffic increase? How many more people could you help? So listen in and prepare to take notes. I'm about to drop simple, actionable SEO marketing and copywriting tips, all with a heavy dose of Jesus-loving encouragement. Let's get you more traffic and more leads so you can help more people with your God-given gifts. Hey there, friends. Real quick before I dive into this week's episode, I wanted to take the chance to invite you to a new masterclass that I'm teaching. It's called Master Your Messaging Masterclass, because who doesn't like alliteration? It is not free. It's not free. I'm going to actually sit down with you, a limited group of people at a time, and help you walk through and help you actually open up and help you refine your messaging on your homepage, because it doesn't matter how many people you get to your website, how many people you get to your social media, how many people you get to your stuff. If your messaging is off, your conversion will suffer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to send you a workbook ahead of time so that you show up to class prepared like a good little student. And then I'm going to look at your website and I'm going to help you work through and refine your messaging on your homepage to increase conversion. Now, this is a super easy and very affordable way to get my professional copywriter eyeballs on your stuff without the 4 and 5 figure price tag that a lot of people pay me to do this for them. So it's only $47, y'all. So get your little tushy in that class. I'm limiting it to $20 to 20 people per class so that I actually have time to get through your stuff. And if you're like me and all of the other people that have ever sat through any of my classes or group coaching calls or whatever, I love to learn by listening to other people as well. So you're going to get your stuff touched and looked at, right? And you're going to get to hear me teach and break down the other small business owners' homepages that are in that group. So go to faithhannon.com/messaging and get your spot saved. It's a live, you have to be there in person workshop, and you're going to get one-on-one help from me for a fraction. We're talking pennies on the dollar cost of having me do your website copy for you, because I want to help y'all convert better. I want to help y'all sell more of your great offers so that all of this hard SEO work that you're doing to get eyeballs on your website is not for naught, because your messaging is on point. So go to faithhannon.com/messaging and get your seat inside of the Master Your Messaging Masterclass. Okay, y'all, so what in the heck is this step that so many people overlook? And I'm often surprised at the people that overlook this step. But I've been there too. So have grace, okay? But this step, the content creation step that so many people overlook, is outlining. It's outlining. And before you're like, eye roll, bore, I want you to hear me out, because I too was once an outline skipper. I really was. So flashback with me to little baby 7th grade Faith, who I may or may not / was a little bit prideful. And school was really easy for me. Language arts especially was really easy for me. And I was in it was supposed to be an advanced English class. And I'm pretty sure my teacher, bless her heart, I'm pretty sure it was like her first year out of college. And now that I think about it, I probably wasn't very nice to her. Oh, whoops. Anyway, this teacher, bless her heart, I can still see her face. She was walking us through how to write an essay, and maybe it was 6th grade. Anyway, whatever. She's walking us through how to write an essay, and she's like, the first step is to write an outline. And I was like, I don't need to know how to write. I don't need to write an outline. I already know how to write an essay. I already am a good writer. I know how to do this. I don't need to outline. And she was like, actually really smart in this. She looked at me and she's like, okay, well, you can write your essay without an outline, and we'll write one with an outline, and we'll see who finishes faster and has a better essay. And I was like, fine. And so I did. Only to get halfway through writing my essay and be like, crap, she was right. This sucks. Control Alt Delete, back up and do an outline. So I learned my lesson, and I have written who knows how many words since then, and I always have an outline. I always know where I'm going, and it always saves me time and helps me have a better outcome. So do not skip outlining. Now you may think, oh crap, I'm just a terrible creator for having skipped this step, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? You're not the only one who's ever skipped this step, so don't feel bad. Because, y'all, I will tell you about a certain Disney movie that was produced and put out there in theaters without an outline. And it sucked. And if you watch it knowing there was no outline, you'll understand it. So we all had a big old time with Frozen 1 in my house. My little girl loved it so much, especially when she was tiny. And so when Frozen 2 was coming out, we were excited. So excited. Frozen 1 was so fun. We're like, oh yeah, Frozen 2 is going to be great. And then womp, womp, womp. I think it was a bust, personally. I did not like Frozen 2. Still don't know what in the heck the point was. I was so lost. I was so lost, right? And then we sit down one time and we're like, oh, there's this thing on how Frozen 2 was made. Well, if you watch that series on Disney Plus about how Frozen 2 was made, you will see that they were literally figuring out the plot as they created the dang movie. So no wonder everybody and their mom was lost, because they didn't know where they were going. And so you as the viewer didn't know where they were going, okay? So please don't feel bad. Know that even people who make bugajillions of dollars sometimes skip this step. But if you will outline, and you will outline your content the right way, you will find that your content creation process is so much faster and more effective. So we're going to get into what an outline really is, what it's not, and how to outline the easy peasy lemon squeezy way, okay? So what is an outline? What is an outline really, okay? An outline is simply a roadmap that tells you this is where I'm going and this is how I'm going to get there. In my world, an outline really only needs to contain your main points and your research if it's a piece that needs research, okay? You need your thesis statement. You need to know the say one stinking thing, and then you need to outline how you are going to prove that, okay? The outline is not, and I repeat, not the script of your whole podcast, your whole YouTube, your whole social media content, okay? It's just not. We don't want to script stuff. I'm not a fan personally of fully scripted content, and I don't think your ideal client is either, okay? Your outline is simply to keep you on track and make sure that you hit the correct points. Now, back in the day, I remember my English teachers being like, oh, you have to use Roman numerals 1 and then A's and then B's and then 1s and 2s again. And I'm like, wah. It doesn't have to be like that. Don't overcomplicate it. Like literally just, I have a template that I have point 1, point 2, point 3, and then I have bullet points underneath, right? That support those points. And everything is supporting the thesis or the say one stinking thing, okay? You don't need to overcomplicate your outline. In fact, I've worked with one 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur, I don't know where she's at right now, that literally like it would send me outlines on a napkin, like a screenshot of a napkin. And I'm like, oh my gosh, bless you. And here I am. Sometimes I do that too. So don't feel bad if you're like, I don't have a fancy outline. It's fine. Just outline. Okay. Now, here's some tips to outline the easy peasy lemon squeezy way. Okay. Number 1 is have a template. I don't care what you do as long as you template it to save yourself some time. My template for my podcast, I've got my temporary title, I've got my main keyword phrase, I've got whatever paid CTA I'm leading towards, free CTA, I've got links to all of my freebies, I've got my main blog keyword phrase, I've got my podcast episode catalog if I need to pull links to other things. I've got a link to my core messaging and sales verbiage document. I've got my affiliate link spreadsheet, and then I have blog title ideas. I'm literally reading this to you. And I've got my podcast outline and my there's a space for my thesis statement. Okay, it sounds complicated, but when you see it, it's actually really simple. And then at the end of my template, I have links to different resources that I will often put in my show notes of my podcast, right? Like it's not complicated. But when you template something, anything, and hopefully everything in your business, it saves you so much brain power. So that's a for free tip. But when you outline something, you'll just have a template. It doesn't have to be complicated, doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need to purchase a template somewhere. Just do what works for you, okay? And step number 2 of outlining the easy peasy lemon squeezy way is know your thesis. You have to know what you are trying to prove with that piece of content. Your SOFT, your thesis, your say one stinking thing. Write that thing out. If you cannot summarize what you're trying to say in a sentence, your audience isn't going to know either, and they're going to be lost. Just as lost or more lost than I was on Frozen 2. Number 3 is don't worry about having Roman numerals or any crazy specific format. Keep it simple, okay? And literally, you can write out the steps and bullet points underneath. So that's it, y'all. If you will, take Lil Faith's advice and the lesson that I learned and outline every piece of content that you create, especially your long form content. If you will outline your content, it will save you time in the long run and increase your conversion because you're going to be able to clearly communicate where you're going, what you want your ideal client to do, and how you're going to get them there, and you're going to keep them throughout the duration, or at least longer through your content, than if you were to just sit in front of a mic or sit in front of a computer screen and go to creating, because nobody wants to waste their time and everybody wants to know what they're going to get out of this piece of content. So if you have not signed up for the Master Your Messaging Masterclass, go ahead and head on over to faithhannon.com / messaging and get your spot. It's not free. I'm charging for it because I think people who pay attention, and I'm going to actually get in there and work on your homepage copy with you. So get your spot. Seats are limited because I want to have enough time to actually dedicate towards everybody who shows up in this live masterclass. Go to faithhannon.com /messaging, because it doesn't matter how many people you get to your content. If your messaging is off, nothing will convert like it can. So hope to see you in that live masterclass. I would love to help you with your messaging. All right, y'all. Chat with you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? would you please share this episode with a friend and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.